everyone, it's Amanda from theenvygirls.com. I hope this video finds you well. So this video is going to be a little bit different and in a different direction than a video we've done in the past or have covered on the Envy Girls. We do cover self-care and we take a very holistic approach towards mental health, and we want to bring more mental health awareness on the Envy Girls by us personally discussing our stories. And I know Ashley and I have both discussed our experience with anxiety. So a couple months ago, I wrote a piece on the Envy Girls about my personal experience with anxiety. In particular, when I was during my adolescence, I had a really bad bout of anxiety, and I still deal with it as an adult. Over the years, I've learned coping mechanisms and everything. But as an undergrad majoring in psychology, and then over the years just talking to other people who have anxiety, it still seems to be this thing that people can't talk about. People just they just don't understand it if they haven't been through it. Some people can be totally amazing and empathetic and helpful during if you are going through a bout of anxiety or you have a panic attack, why other people just don't understand, and they'll tell you to take a deep breath or like chill out, or things that don't really help you in those moments. So I really want to bring more awareness to anxiety. I feel that, every other commercial on TV is for depression medication, and people tend to understand depression a little bit more. Not to say that there's like a great view towards depression in our society, but I think in general people kind of have that clear understanding because, people get sad and they understand that. But for some reason, they don't understand how chronic and debilitating anxiety can be too. And anxiety and depression are interrelated as well. And I know some people who will be involved in this project will have depression as well, which that's totally fine. Like, if you have anxiety and depression, I welcome you to be a part of this project as well. You don't have to just have strictly anxiety. So let me tell you a little bit about this project. So my personal experience when I was going through anxiety, I had this workbook, and it was suggested by my therapist for me to go through this workbook. And each chapter, it had stories about people's experience with anxiety. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's me. Like, I can relate to that and this and that. And now some of the stories I couldn't relate to because that's not the form of anxiety I was having. But just being able to read and be like, wow, so I'm not the only one who feels this way. It was just like, it was amazing. And it definitely helped me because I didn't really have anyone else in my life who was going through anxiety. I had some amazing people who were super supportive of it, but it's another thing when you understand like what someone is going through and like the actual thought process. So I want to put together a book of personal stories about people who have dealt with anxiety. I know it's not only me who has benefited from reading other people's stories. I've talked to countless people who are like, wow, you feel like that too? Okay, like that makes sense. And that kind of brings you out. I know for me, definitely, it brought me out of isolation. I just totally like stayed at home for the summer I was going into college, and it's supposed to be like this great time in your life, but I was like petrified. I was petrified of leaving and all these things. And so definitely reading people's stories helped me and brought me out of that isolation. I mean, amongst a bunch of other things. And I will also be sharing my story more in detail in the book as well. I'm very open about it. So if you have any questions about my experience or anything about the book, let me know. But if you're interested in sharing your story and you are comfortable publishing it, you can also publish it as anonymous. So if you want to write in a story and not have your name associated with the story, we can discuss that as well. So, if you're interested, email Amanda at voicesofanxiety@gmail.com. I also wrote a post on the Envy Girls about this, so you can go over and check it out. You can read a little bit more. I really want this book to be inclusive. I want it to be diverse. I want people from the LGBT community to be in it. I want racial diversity, socioeconomic diversity, people from all over, vegans, non-vegans, mothers, fathers, people of all different ages. So if you're watching this and if you're interested, I would love to hear from you. And if you are watching this and you're not interested, but you may know someone who might be interested, please share the link. Love to get in contact and discuss it. And even if you're a little unsure, just drop me an email and we can chat about it. And if you ultimately decide it's not for you, then that's totally fine. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. And I just really want this book to make step towards eliminating the stigma around anxiety. I want people to be able to be open, to discuss it, and to live happier and healthier lives. So thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you.